Alright, so I haven't had the camera out in a while. I kind of let some of the stuff get to the best of me, and that's something I kind of want to talk about today. I'm going to cut straight to it. It's going to be very short. Something that I've learned, and it's taken me a while to learn it and I let it get in the way, is I had an ego that I wanted to be as great as what was already out there. Keeping in mind that you're not going to start up here. You've got to be down here to get up here. You know, you don't, when you climb a ladder, you're not just instantly at the top. You got to start from the bottom, and you're not going to have the greatest gear and all this other stuff, and I let that get in the way. I felt like gear was the problem. I didn't have the latest and greatest. I didn't have this, I didn't have that, and because I don't have it, I can't do what I want to do, and that is completely wrong, and I let it get in the way. For first time people getting started, which is me, but for anybody else that's out there, don't let that get in the way. I should have had so many more videos out by now. I could have had the experience under my belt and could have made really good stuff, and I've let that get in the way, and that is going to change. I'm completely putting that to the side. The challenge is using what you got and make what you can make with what you got. That's the challenge. If you had the latest and greatest stuff, a lot of the challenge is gone. A lot of it. Making great stuff is using with what you got. If you don't have the greatest things, that's going to put a challenge on you because you've got to work with what you have. For the point, to prove my point, I have something here that my dad bought for himself, and I'm gonna give it away. He can't fly it. It's a drone. It's a relatively cheap drone, and because it's cheap, it doesn't have really awesome stuff, as in like GPS lock. So any gust of wind, you got to fight it. It did come with a camera on it. It sucked. It really did. I mean, it literally sucked. But I have a GoPro, and it comes with a mount that you can put a GoPro on it. I have a GoPro Hero 3 Plus. In the settings it says 4K, but I don't think these things shoot 4K. I didn't have very much luck with it, but it shoots 1080 very well, and I'm gonna see what I can do with it. So this is what it is. The white's kind of exposed here. Okay, there we go. Okay. It's the MJX RC X101 cheap drone, nothing crazy. I mean, you can see how cheap we're talking here. I mean, it's very cheap, but there's the GoPro. I do have a little bit of flying. I took the feet off at one point because they kind of get in the way, but I'm gonna see what I can do in the editing process, because I removed the feet and I ended up trashing the lens on this thing, and we had to buy a new one, and it's not OEM. Obviously it's not OEM anymore, and it doesn't fit properly. It's not what you would think it would be, so it sucks. I really kind of want another one now, but like I said, you work with what you got. I can't afford anything, so this is what we're gonna work with. So I brought it to a very open park that is by, I mean, literally, like, my house. Where's my house? I think my house is over here. We're over there. Like, literally, if I go to the tree lines of one of these places, I think it's this one, I could hit my house with a football. Back in middle school, we used to hop the fence and come over here, because it's literally that close. But see what we can do. Okay, so this doesn't require an app to fly. It's just plug and play. GoPro is on. I'm gonna see what I can. I'm gonna see what I can get. I've flown this before a couple times. I've got pretty much used to it, but it is still a challenge to fly. But let's see what kind of quality I can get out of it. The downfall to this thing, the batteries suck. They suck. You get like 8 minutes, 10 minutes of flight time, that's it. And then I was an idiot and forgot to charge the GoPro. So what's the purpose of this video? Why am I making this video? I've been thinking a lot lately. It's been over a month since I've made any new content, and over that time period, I've been really thinking about, well, I mean, I do this a lot, but what am I doing? Why do I keep picking up this camera? Why do I put gaps in between all of my videos and then come back, pick up the camera, and seem like I love what I'm doing? It's because I do. I love making new content, and I'm weak when it comes to certain things, and one of those things was the gear. Talking about not having great gear, I would let that get in the way. I would think that I'm not making great stuff, and actually I was reviewing some of the old vlogs I did. I was pleased with them. I was happy. I was surprised that they were as good as, that I didn't think that they were that good. And I want to get back into it. I really do. I want to stick with it, whether it's a daily vlog or whether it's just either every day or at least every week, make some new content, whatever it may be. I would do Q&As, but I don't have enough people following me yet for that. But anything, it doesn't matter what it is, as long as you're making content, that's all that matters. Do what you love to do, and I love making new content. I'm just a retard, not a retard, I'm not smart when it comes to not letting things get in the way. And I had this same issue when I was doing my whole weight loss thing. Like I said in the first video I made, I'll link it down in the description below, I would let the stupid things get in the way, and I wouldn't stick with what I was doing, and I wasn't losing the weight. And a day very similar to like today, kind of like today, it clicked. It was like, man, you have got to do something. Be happy. Do what you need to do. And that's when it clicked, and that's when I started losing the weight. And as of, like today, I've lost, from when I've weighed in, I've lost 45 pounds since that day. I really see great things happening with this channel. I really want it to be, whether anybody's gonna doubt me on it, or whether if for some reason doubt comes into myself, which I really hope it doesn't, I'm gonna fight it as hard as I can. And I really think once you start picking up more supporters, it becomes a little bit easier. At least I think. But we'll find out. And that's one other thing, and that's what I'm gonna leave this video off with. When you're new, and there's a lot of people getting into this stuff, making videos and doing all sorts of stuff, you will not, I mean, it has happened. You can explode overnight. It's possible. But more than likely that's not gonna happen, and I got discouraged by that because I wasn't growing. I've had a YouTube channel now for, I don't know, 1.5 years, almost 2 years, and I have 470 subs. And that's mainly because I'm not, it's all because I'm not consistent. YouTube loves consistency. Viewers love consistency. You gotta upload on a regular basis. Don't get discouraged because you're not growing as fast as you want it to. Almost a lot of the big YouTubers will tell you that their first 2 years, 2.5 years, they had nothing. They averaged a couple hundred views a video, if that. And once they started getting consistent with it, with the videos, then the fan base started growing, and that's kind of the thing that you just got to adapt to. So I really feel like I can pull out some amazing stuff this coming. The new year starts soon, and I want to get a kickstart on it. But definitely year 2017, it's gonna be a great year. I guarantee it. I have that feeling. I have that gut feeling. So stick with me, guys. I know I'm very inconsistent, but I promise that's gonna change. We'll see what happens.